Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family. In this video we will be enjoying public transit rides in Sofia, Bulgaria. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is also where you can find lots of exclusive content on many different cities across the globe, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, let's begin exploring Sofia's public transportation, and we're gonna go on a tram journey from the area where I'm currently staying at, which is very close to the city center. And we're gonna go to the central railway station because I need to buy a ticket for the train ride, which I'll be taking in a week from Sofia to Bucharest, Romania. So I tried buying it online, but it did not seem to work. So I'm going to go to their international ticket office and hopefully buy it in person if it works. Let's see what happens. But it's not a big deal for me because the main reason why I came to Sofia is to explore its public transportation. So I'm totally excited to have another excuse to ride the tram. I love all the trams and trolley buses and all the transit action going on in this city. And I think my partner and I picked a very good area to stay because we have so many different lines here intersecting, and there's always something to look at for transit lovers. Okay, our light is green. And now we gotta wait for this light over here. It is a 5-way intersection, so it does take a little bit longer to cross. And this tram could be good for us, number 27, but it's also followed by tram number 1, and that one looks a lot more fun to ride because this is a newer tram. You can find this everywhere, but the old trams, once they are gone, they are gone. So I'm totally excited to ride the old tram. Look at this original Tatra tram. I love it. Let's go to the back. You can also check out the views from the back of these trams. It's pretty awesome. That's my favorite spot, is just standing in the back. And I'm so grateful it's not as hot today because it's been hot for the last few days, especially here in Sofia. And man, like 35 degrees Celsius is no joke. It's really hot, especially if you are riding these older trams without air conditioning. All right, are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh. on the sounds, it sounds a little bit like this tram was modified a little bit, because I know the original sounds of this tram, it's a little bit different. And they have so many different tram models, different modifications here in Sofia. This whole city is like a huge transit museum for transit lovers. Yesterday, even the driver of one of the trams asked me to take a picture with him. Yes, hi. Thank you. They just checked for fares. They were also checking yesterday, and it's funny because I was in the front of the tram, my partner was in the back of the tram, and they wanted to find me because I didn't have my card with me. My partner had it, and she was in the back of the tram. And I told them, how about we go to my partner together, and she will pull it out of her pocket. That's where my ticket is, my card is. And they didn't want to let me do that, so I had to yell across the whole tram for my partner to come over, and she came over and she showed our cards, and they scanned it and everything was fine, and then they apologized. Interesting situation. Got off the tram. Now everyone can relax. people, they actually hate fare inspectors, I noticed. But if we didn't have fare inspectors, then it would be difficult to check who's paying for transit and who's not, especially with all-door boarding. And all-door boarding is so convenient. It speeds up the speed of public transportation when you can board, and when the driver doesn't have to check for fares, it makes everything so much faster. So I think this system is really good. Architecture here in the city center. Orthodox Church. I think we'll be getting off soon. Let's see. And you can see other modifications of Tatras running on other lines. At least this time they let you come to me, right? And that is the Schindler tram. They only have 2 of these left running on city lines. I was lucky to capture one yesterday.
Ulica Ozdoduj.
see there are a lot of traffic lights, and trams do not have priority a lot of the times, which is why we have to wait a lot. So most of the stopping is not because of the stops, but it's actually because of the traffic lights, not the actual stops where a tram picks up passengers. So if they had a little bit more priority for trams, it would definitely speed things up. But we have to wait together with all the cars and everybody else. And the tram speed also, I noticed it depends a lot on the driver, on the personality of the driver. Some drivers, they go really fast. I would say 50 kilometers per hour, maybe 60 sometimes. And some drivers go really, really slow, no matter which part of the track, no matter the condition of the track. I noticed the condition, some parts is very good, some parts is so-so. But the speed depends on the driver. There we go. That is our stop. All right. Very nice, right? The driver decided to speed up a little bit in the end, and you saw how rocky it was, swaying right and left, and I love that feeling when you're on the tram and it's going fast and it's an old tram and it's a little bit bumpy like that. Wow, so much fun. Nothing can compete. And you can see once again the tram has to wait for all the cars and everything else, all the other vehicles. Trams do not have as much of priority as they should, although they do run on separated track from all the cars and everything, but it still could be a lot better if they were to run them, if they had transit signal priority. The trams have to stop for a long time because of the traffic lights. And this was somehow a modified version. By the way, look at this back door. Is that the way it was originally designed? Like 3 doors? Usually there's 4. And the sound of that tram was also different from the other Tatras I was riding earlier, so not sure, but it's super fun exploring and comparing different tram models, and they have a lot of the old ones right now in 2025. Who knows, they seem to be retiring a lot of them. Only 2 Schindler trains left from Switzerland, and only 2, I forgot the names, also very old trams left. I'm hoping to catch those later today. Now, another interesting thing I want to point out, this is where we are right now. We are at the tram stop, and the train station is across the street, and what I see a lot in Sofia is no regular crossing, no way to cross the road directly. You have to go either into the underground tunnel or use an overpass. In this case, it's an underground tunnel, and this was like a common solution for during Soviet times. They were making things more convenient for cars, and also they thought this would be safer to separate the crossings. But of course, it's not very convenient for people having to go downstairs to cross the street. And I'm not a big fan of this, but this is very common in many different countries that used to be influenced by the Soviet Union. But it is a little bit faster than pressing the bottom if it's a big intersection and very wide road. Sometimes in California you have to wait for a really long time to cross it, or they don't have a direct crossing. You have to cross 3 streets instead of going directly and crossing 1 street. So that can also be kind of inconvenient. The building of the railway station looks also very communist style, not very impressive. And this underground pass, everything just looks exactly like that. So, but it is interesting to take a look at it and see what it's like. See what time it is. Is it accurate? Yes, exactly accurate. 1:39 in the afternoon, and we are about to enter station building. Okay, it's automatic like this. Okay, cool. You don't have to push it. And now we are inside the station building. They have signs with train arrivals and departures. I don't see a lot of information in English, so they do at least have the translation arrivals and departures. You can see what is what. But for the destinations, they are all in Bulgarian. So if you are a foreigner, do you see the English translations? Not really, huh? That can be a challenge. Yeah, also a little bit like Belgium. They did not have English translations. So Belgium and Bulgaria are on the same level about how convenient or inconvenient it is for visitors to get around. Although in Bulgaria, when you use those fare collecting machines, when you scan your debit card, you can change the language to English, and it will display the name of the stops, all the stops on the line in English, which is a little bit better, but I mean, it's still far from being very convenient. I cannot even imagine what it's like for someone who doesn't understand these letters.
I guess you just have to use Google Translation.
You have to use Google Translation, or maybe just go by the train number, or go by the train time or something like that. Other than that, the station looks very communist style. You can see this kind of mosaic style. Reminds me a lot of the 1970s style built in the Soviet era. I'm not sure when this was built. It could be 60s, it could be 70s, it could be 80s, but overall, the station looks clean. I like these seats over here. I like the plants. It looks pretty nice. So yeah, on this note, I would like to tell you that I'm in Bulgaria, in Sofia, for a couple of weeks, and also other cities in Bulgaria. I'm exploring a little bit of everything, and at the end of this trip I'll be recording my final verdict video comparing Bulgaria with other countries to help you decide if you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. This will be an exclusive video, but you can easily gain access to it by subscribing or donating any amount on buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. And this is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many other cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.